Good morning. Hope everyone is well. This day and the next couple days, my daughter and I are at my sister's while she gets a somewhat elective, somewhat preventative surgery to make sure her daughter's okay. And her daughter's really just watching mine, is how it ended up turning out. But I'll be the cook for her while she recuperates since it's an upper body surgery and she's not supposed to use her arms quite so much. Not the best sleep. Not that I ever really do anyway, but it's nice just to get away from all the normal of what there is. I've been taking these kinds of couple day breaks pretty regularly since the Mother's Day onslaught. And doing just as much as I can of like what they call gray rocking. Really not asking questions I don't have to, not really being as inquisitive and curious as I am outwardly to him. If he's not asking, I'm not saying. He still doesn't know about the trip we're taking in 2 weeks. There's a lot he still doesn't know. And what's funny is, since Mother's Day, every time that my daughter's in bed at night, I've been going back to my room, since we don't share rooms anymore, and just staying in there, not even welcoming either being ignored, since he's just on his phone the whole night, and it just it's like, yay, private time to watch you on your phone. Or if I had something that needed to get brought up, because there have been a couple things that I've, like in defending our daughter when he's spoken to her like she's a nuisance, where I see like he's clocking it into his brain like something to use against me later, and I'm just not leaving that opportunity. At night, I'm hiding in my room, just enjoying the peace that little space brings. Breakfast in my mouth still. And right now, well, maybe not right now, but for the last several days before coming here, sorry, see, it's not a little very, it was one of those times when in the past I would let down my guard and be real sweet because he was being more accommodating, I guess, and maybe actually being a little funny when normally there's just never any humor. Where I might be thinking, oh my gosh, a leaf is turning, I'm gonna get through this and we're gonna get better. And just, at this point, not even buying into it because I know how it's gonna be. After 6 years, I'm not stupid. It just took me a long time to get out of the confusion of what the hell was going on because nothing made sense. So I still don't really know how it's all gonna turn out. Because like even to come here, he was wanting to know like how long we were gonna be. And I'm enforcing more than just 1 day, more than just 2 days. And I don't know if he's asking because just the overall control. I know it's not missing me because there wasn't even like an I love you or anything as I was leaving. And I can't even really guess that it's because of our daughter, because he doesn't check in and ask how she is doing or say good night or good morning or anything like that. So I don't even really know what. If it would be because he's bringing another person into the house for his sexual appetite, I wouldn't even care. With her not being there, Mia, our daughter, I don't care. A couple years ago, I was at a training in Chicago And I just told him that, you know, however he needs to see it, if he wants to bring another person into it, because I just had enough by that point, go ahead. I don't care. It's not cheating. You have permission, just do it. His, of course, no, but I don't know why. And I think more just he doesn't have the play in him. He's so used to his screens. So his porn stories, his porn movies, his porn pictures, I think the screens are just safer to him. He doesn't even know what to do with a real person. So, whatever. But so far, it's not been any worse than it was on Mother's Day. And I'm thinking maybe mainly because I'm just not giving a shit at this point of saying anything and connecting. Not trying for connection. I don't care. I honestly just don't anymore. And staying in my room for the peace and quiet. Trying to rebuild the relationships with people that either got damaged in that was going on in the hardest years that it's been, and also friendships that I let drop, and not giving too much to those right away because I've got to rebuild with myself first and foremost. But at this point, I know the ones that are still there. So it's just a couple, and trying to give at least reaches out to check in on them as much as they'll check in on me every now and then. So doing my part, since I used to feel so adept at keeping up with friendships, to the point where I realized I was carrying a lot of them because of how much effort I put into them when not much was coming back. But even though these aren't necessarily the longest or the deepest friendships, they're still here. And not one person has to be everything for me. I get it at this point in life. So for what these are, they're really nice. So it's nice to be so close. It's like it's not my city, but it's right outside my city where my sister is. And it's so nice to be up here where I know where everything is. There's a comfort. The vibe is just more me. The traffic isn't so freaking insane and aggravating. Because the thing with living up here, if it's the 5 o'clock rush hour, it's not a rush hour. It maybe adds 5 extra minutes into your trip. So it's nothing that's gonna raise anxiety and give me a heart attack, since I like to be early to things. And even with construction here, and having construction the whole way up here, it was so easy. My daughter took off just a little bit ago with her cousin, who's 12, because up here the parks program during summer has all these activities and crafts for kids. I mean, it's so awesome. My son took part in those, and that's where he realized he loved tennis, and he got to do some swimming and make some friendships that they were just park friendships for when he saw the kids again, but a way for him to get a lot of joy. And they get fed. That was great too, because I think up here it just gives the families that are having a hard time a safe place for the kids to be, where they're monitored and they're fed. So if the parent has to work, they don't have to stress quite so much. The kids don't feel like they're just being handled. They do have some freedom while having fun. And there's nothing like that in the city where we're at right now, unless you want to pay for like a day camp. And it's just, I don't know, it goes more with the volunteer work that I did up here. There's so much about who I was before that's slowly coming back. You know, my life was so full. I did stuff that really just filled my heart. So, just even more the little by little. Maybe not returning to who I was, but remembering it. So that I can see if, as I clear the muck and clean out the hatred and all the crap that I've been told I am, to see if what I used to be is part of the real me. I don't know. We'll see. My sister should be coming back soon since she had to leave early for the surgery. So I'm gonna tap out here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting. Just trying to do little updates, even if it's not adding to much, and hopefully none of them really have as much drama as the way the station started. So I appreciate it much. Thank you so much.